about Petronas. Okay, Petronas National Berhad, or better known as Petronas, is a Malaysian oil and gas company. Established in 1974, Petronas is only owned by the government of Malaysia. Petronas is mandated by the Malaysian government to develop and add value to this petroleum resource, not only to the country but to the entire world. Okay, next activities in Petronas. First, oil and gas exploration. Petronas conducts geological and seismic studies to identify potential oil and gas reserve before drilling activities are carried out. Second, oil and gas production. Once resources are discovered, Petronas extracts oil and gas through offshore and onshore production facilities to meet energy demand. Third, oil refining. Crude oil is processed and refined by Petronas into various petroleum products such as petrol, diesel, and aviation fuel. And lastly, marketing and distribution of petroleum products. Petronas markets and distributes refined petroleum products through retail stations and supply networks both locally and internationally.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Lukman Hakim bin Daud. Let's talk about how Petronas manages its people globally. So they use a system called SAP, Success Factors. You can think of it as a massive digital filing cabinet that lives in the cloud. Okay, so the best part about this cloud system is that it's flexible. In the old days, if they hired more people, they had to buy more physical servers. Now, because it's horizontally scalable, the system grows automatically. So as Petronas hires more people around the world, the system simply gets bigger and stronger on its own. SAP HANA, which is a high-performance analytic appliance, is a powerful modern data platform that primarily functions as a database that stores data in its main memory RAM, instead of traditional hard disks. This fundamental design change allows it to process and analyze massive amounts of information almost instantly. Now, having a lot of data is only useful if you can find what you need fast. Usually, computers have to dig through a hard drive to find an answer, which can be really slow. But they use something called SAP HANA. Think of it like this. Instead of keeping their HR info in a basement storage room, HANA keeps it right on the desk. It uses RAM, which is super fast, memory to give them answers instantly, even if they are looking at an employee's complicated 20 years work history. The system doesn't lag, it's built for speed. So the HR teams don't have to wait for the loading circle to finish. Finally, they need to make sure everyone is following the same rules. They use a tool called the metadata framework. This sounds fancy, but it just means that they can create categories like offshore certifications very easily without needing a computer programmer to write a code. And this makes sure their data is identical everywhere, whether they are at the head office in KL or working at the LNG complex in Bintulu. The system looks and works the exact same way. It keeps Petronas organized as one single team, making sure their HR records are clear and consistent no matter where in the world their staff are located.
Okay, next, I will talk about my part. The first one is governance and security of HR information at Petronas. First one is HR data managed using SAP Success Factors. Okay, at Petronas, we keep all HR info in SAP, like all employee records are in one place. And then the second one is focus on data security, compliance, and efficiency. Only the right people can see the data. And the third one is covers data sharing, usage, retention, and standards. We follow rules to avoid a mistake, like reports get auto-checked for errors. Alright, the second one is how HR data is shared and used. The first one is shared within HR, finance, and compliance units. Okay, data is shared with teams that need it. And then used for requirement, payroll, performance, and exit processes. We use data for HR tasks like checking performance before promotion or exit. Alright, the next slide is HR data retention. HR data retention, the first one is short term for daily operation and audits. Some HR records are stored only for short-term purpose, such as like daily work and internal audit. The second point is long-term for legal and statutory requirements. Important records are kept longer to meet legal and statutory requirements. And the third point is archive, anonymize, or delete after retention period. And then the third point is after detention period ends, records are archived, anonymized, or deleted from the system. Alright. The fourth is policies and legal framework. The first point is complies with Malaysia PDPA 2010 principles. All HR data process follow the principles stated in Malaysia's Personal Data Protection Act 2010. And then the second point is governed by Petronas Corporate Privacy Policy. Petronas Corporate Privacy Policy provides the main guidelines on how employee data should be handled. And then the third point is ensure secure, transparent, and responsible data handling. This standard ensure that employees' information is managed securely, transparently, and responsibility. That's all. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Najiha binti Fazrullah. I will present my part. So the first one is data mining in Petronas HRIS, which means data mining in Petronas Human Resource Information System. So Petronas manage a large workforce and all employee information is stored in the Human Resource Information System. So this system collects data such as recruitment record, training history, performance evaluation, promotion, and retirement information. Data mining is used to analyze this large amount of HR data to identify patterns and trends. For example, Petronas can predict future talent needs by analyzing retirement among engineers. If many senior engineers are expected to retire soon, the company can plan early recruitment and training programs. So, data mining also helps identify high-performing employee for succession planning and leadership development. So, let's move to the second part, which is metadata and figure 2. Metadata means data about data. In Petronas HRIS, metadata is used to tag employee digital records so information can be stored, searched, and analyzed easily. Each employee records includes metadata such as employee ID, job title, department skill, employment status, and performance rating. Figure 2 shows the metadata schema for employee digital records. It includes identification metadata, descriptive metadata, administrative metadata, and structured metadata. This structured tagging ensure consistency, support accurate information retrieval, and improve data analysis within the HRIS. Let's move to the last part, which is thesaurus in HRIS. A thesaurus in HRIS is a control vocabulary used to standardize job title and skill term across Petronas. Different departments may use different terms for similar roles, such as upstream engineer or downstream specialized. The thesaurus select a preferred term and link other term as synonym. It also shows broader and narrower terms, such as engineer and upstream reservoir engineer. This improves search accuracy, reporting consistency, and data mining results, allowing management to make better workforce decisions.
In a renewable chemistry, so I will talk about digital transformation in Petronas. So first of all, I would like to talk about private 5G, which means low data below 10 ms. So this means data transformation is extremely fast, which is crucial for real-time operationals like automations, robotics, or remote control systems. Second, 99.9% available. So ensure high reliability, minimizing downtime for missions, critical tasks. So we move to data migration challenge. So first of all is legacy system. Older technology might not integrate well with modern technologies, platforms, and it's making complex immigrations. Second, solid data. Data stored in an isolated system can handle access and consistencies. Third, compliance risk. Moving data must adapt to regulation such as GDPR, or it could lead to the legal issue. Last but not least, performance bottlenecks. Does it mean an inefficient system or processes can slow down migration and affect operations? For the third point, I would like to talk about enterprise architecture, or EA, solution and best practice. So standardized data models, which mean ensure consistency and interoperability across systems. Second, governance checkpoint, regular reviews to ensure data quality, security and compliance. Third, dependency mapping and stakeholder co-design. Identify system interconnections and involve key people in planning to reduce risk. More than that, golden data constructs means agreement on trusted data only and from the legal data sources and format. Last but not least is pilot migration and blue cutovers. That means test migration before full rollout. Blue-green ensure seamless transition by running old and new system in parallel. So we move to HR, the HR data volume estimated. So in 1.4 gigabyte or per year for 40,000 employers, this is give a rough idea of how much data HR system generally annually. So it's very useful for planning, storage and processing capability. That's all for me. Thank you.